Hi guys, welcome to chapter 6 of the Altered Pentatonics, Fundamentals of the Hefni Pentatonic System. This week we will be looking at this scale that I call the Javanese Pentatonic. Okay, why do we call this the Javanese Pentatonic? Because it has a very exotic kind of a sound, and some of the modes in this scale family actually have names, and they are derived from, I guess, the scales that are used in the Indonesian archipelago, Java, Bali, Sunda, right, and Sumatra. So here's the thing. There is no, I guess, again, a single authority that controls the naming of the nomenclature of pentatonic scales. And my purpose here is to simply just use these names, to adopt these names to make it useful in Western music, okay? Some people might disagree with me and say that this must be the Pelog scale, for instance, right? But to me, it's still the same family, different modes of the same family, and I just want to teach you how to use them. Okay, so beginning with pattern 1. Pattern 1 of the Javanese Pentatonic, we have to revert back to the major 9th pentatonic family, mode number 5, which is your 9/4/1 minor pentatonic, which goes like this. Okay, but what we are going to do now, we are going to take the minor third and move it up 3 frets. Okay, and by doing so, it overtakes the E note. So what we get is this shape. Again, very exotic sounding. How do we use this scale? Again, very exotic sounding, and it sounds very, to my ears, very Indonesian, very Javanese. Okay, I guess my ancestors were from Java. I grew up in Singapore, right? But I can always hear that exotic flavor in this scale. Reminds me of my heritage. Therefore, I call it the Javanese Pentatonic. So how do we learn the Javanese Pentatonic? We associate it as fitting the minor scale shape. Okay, why does it have a very majorish kind of a sound? For that, we have to analyze the notes. In any case, the notes are B, C, E, F, and G. B, C, E, F, and G. If we were to rearrange this, we get C, E, G, B with an F. C, E, G, B, which is your major 7th, and an F note, which is, in theory, it shouldn't be in major 7th chord, okay? But remember, it is the sequence of intervals. Okay, therefore it gives it your very major 7th kind of a sound. Okay, the next scale pattern of the Javanese Pentatonic begins on the 8th fret. This scale, I looked it up, also has a name for it, but it's a Japanese name called the Ryukyu scale. I hope I didn't butcher that. But I suppose, here's the thing, once you go into altered pentatonics, you're going to find out these scales sometimes they are shared by different cultures. Okay, so which one is right, which one is has the right to use the name, that's not for us to decide. Again, I'm just adopting these names because they already are there, simply to organize our learning. And the next scale pattern, the Javanese Pentatonic, this one, the Indonesians call it the Pelok Selisir scale, and I better get this right, if not they're gonna get mad at me. Okay, so how do we play the scale on the 10th? Okay, it's on the 12th fret rather. Goes like this. The difficult part about some of these altered pentatonics is that sometimes you have to roll your finger, especially if the notes are on the same fret but on different strings. So that is Pelok Selisir, and it is a Balinese scale, I believe. So the next mode of the Javanese Pentatonic starts on the 13th fret, and it works over the Phrygian shape. But on the 13th fret goes like this. Remember, one of the ideas, okay, one of the reasons why we arrange these scales as presented is in order to maintain 2 notes per string picking. But some of the, I suppose, trade-off is that you might have to have a wider stretch out of maybe using maybe up to 5 frets. Okay, it's not as bad as you think once you get used to it, but at the same time, you also might come across having to roll your fingers when 2 notes are on the same fret but on different strings, adjacent strings. The last mode of the Javanese Pentatonic, okay, let's do it over here. It works over your Mixolydian scale shape or pattern 4 major scale. And it goes like this. And those are the 5 scale patterns for the Javanese Pentatonic. Again, the main takeaway, the Javanese Pentatonic has a very major 7th kind of a sound, and they require a lot of 5 fret stretches, which might be difficult at first, but they are really well worth the effort. This is Rizal Hefni from the Hefni Guitar channel. I will see you in the next one.